Concealed in land or lost in skies, nothing can hide from the eyes of a drone. Incredible rescues, unprecedented events, frightening encounters, and a few mind-boggling creatures. These flying gadgets have managed to capture it all for us. Hold on to see some of the extraordinary creatures captured by drones all over the world. Lone man in forest. Famous for inhabiting the strangest people, a guy decided to explore the woods of the Amazon and observe its unknown entities for himself. He got lucky, as on his way back home, he spotted this strange man furiously cutting down the logs. The angry man was trying to build a fire pit, or probably a home. Whatever it was, he seemed in a bit of a hurry as he quickly went towards the deep woods, making it impossible for the hiker to follow him. The man was believed to be the last guy from the isolated Amazonian tribe, but he was never seen again. Flying beast. A man was flying his drone over the mountains of Spain when he spotted something unusual. It was a dragon-like creature flying among the Rocky Mountains. The flying alien, with its sharp snout and long tail, looked similar to a pterosaur. A pterosaur is a species of dinosaur, and they are believed to have gone extinct some hundreds of years ago. But some say it might be a legendary creature which used to feed on animal blood. So, should we consider it a comeback of a long-gone species, or a mythical beast? Or do you have a better explanation? Drone resolves case. Not always for entertainment purposes, but sometimes drones can help in solving old mysteries. One such thing happened in Florida when a man flew his drone over the retention pond. He spotted a submerged vehicle in the water and contacted the authorities. It was after a day that they hauled an old Mustang from the water, which was covered in mud. Well, that was not all, as they also found human remains inside the car. The remains belonged to a middle-aged woman who had gone missing in the year 2002. The police believe she might have overlooked the deep pond while reversing the car and ended up in there. They at last contacted the car owner's family. The family was relieved at the recovery of their missing grandmother. Drone rescued dog. A dog was trapped in the marshland for more than 2 days. Not only was the dog trapped, it had failed every mission that was carried out to bring it to safety and refused to cooperate. Once again, the officials took the help of a drone. They attached a sausage to a drone and hovered it near the trapped dog to lure her out of the land. The plan surprisingly worked, and the dog came out of the danger zone, which was soon filled with water. Wolf attacks moose. If you think you know the results when it's a wolf versus moose, think again. Because this time, the moose decided to take a stand for himself and defeated the wolf after a long battle between the two of them. A drone pilot captured this incredible wrestle between the two animals in the wilds of northern Ontario, Canada. The clip starts with the never-ending attempts of the lone wolf to get a grip on the moose's body, but all his plans were failing as his opponent was striking hard, while the rest was done by the deep water, which proved a major hurdle in the wolf's hunt. So, trying for some time, the lone predator finally gave up, while his prey merrily went towards the opposite side, celebrating the victory. Abandoned people. Okay, this might sound unbelievable to you guys, but I've got proof. A few years back, a team of wildlife explorers discovered some people living in the depths of Amazon's forest. They were called the Isolated Tribe by the people who spotted them. The explorers found them doing their routine activities. Some of them were holding spears, while others had arrows in their hands. They found another one of the isolated tribes a little far from the previous one. They too were unknown from the rest of the world and lived their lives in complete seclusion. Why they lived like this was never known, but one thing was sure. They really don't welcome any outsiders because, well, watch for yourself. Pointing arrows towards the people, they made their point clear. Ghost follows drone. A guy noticed a strange figure stalking his drone in the streets of Alabama. It was a dark humanoid figure that was utilizing the strong pull to hide himself, but it was determined to capture whatever thing was hovering in the sky. Or did he really know what it was? Because the humanoid cryptid did not seem afraid of the flying gadget. Whatever might be the case, it will forever remain a mystery, because right when the drone owner decided to film it from a close angle, it hid behind the pole again and disappeared into thin air. Horned creature. Although Goatman is entirely related to myths and old folklore, this drone captured one in reality. A man was filming the abandoned caves in Utah when he noticed a bizarre shadowy figure appearing from inside. It was a horned creature with two of its legs visible to the camera. Many related it with the mythical creature. Some called it a bloodsucker, a critter that used to feed on animal blood. A few even called the event a hoax and claimed that the footage was doctored. But what was it really? Where did it come from? All these questions remained unanswered, as nobody could find the truth behind the strange creature that was hiding in the caves. Albino cryptid. It's always the people that don't believe in extraterrestrial beings who are the ones to spot them, like these guys. They decided to fly their drone over a deep forest after hearing several stories of a bipedal creature that surrounds the area. Not believing the facts, they called it a hoax until they spotted the albino creature sprinting amongst the woods. The group tried to follow it with their drone, but it was so fast that they couldn't manage to even get a glimpse of it after the first encounter. But it was enough to make them believe in the creep's existence. Trapped in forest. If it was not for the drone spotting these women, who knows what would have happened to them? Two female hikers were trekking in the deep forest of Utah when they lost their way and got trapped there. After hours of struggle, they at last contacted the authorities. The police, working immediately, deployed a drone over the canyon to locate the stranded hikers, which it did eventually. The drone spotted them cuddled up on the ground trying to survive the severe temperatures. So, using a hoverer, they pulled both of the hikers from the iced forest and brought them to the safety of land. Stranded man. Things took an unexpected turn along with the pensioner, who, while looking for a shortcut, ended up in a huge marshland. The 75-year-old man was out with his friends for a walk when he somehow lost them and found himself among the marshes. Well, that was not all of the miseries of the poor man, as while he was looking for a way out, he stumbled upon something and got trapped in the muddy track. Thankfully, his friends reported to the police on time, who began the search immediately. The drone spotted the old guy stuck in the mud up to his armpits, but helped the authorities to rescue him and bring him to safety. Haunted house. Abandoned places and ghostly figures have a strong bond that can never break, and incidents like these are proof of these cryptids' existence in deserted areas. The drone owner flew his drone over the ruins of an old house and spotted this bizarre figure lurking in the neighboring woods. It was a ladylike ghost that was covering its body with a white piece of cloth. Although the camera managed to capture most of its features, it couldn't capture the face of the standing ghost. The ghost, too, did not bother to move even when the drone got near it before it vanished in the forest. Circling reindeer. A farmer in Russia shared this bizarre movement of reindeer herds moving in a circle. The herd kept rounding around each other, and they did not stop even for a second. People believed that this hypnotic dance was due to some sort of curse that was placed on the animals, until the researchers studied their behavior. They explained that it was not a curse, but actually these reindeer are performing a protection swirl. As per the researchers, whenever the reindeers feel threatened, they stampede in these spinning circles simply to avoid being individually attacked by the lurking danger. Lake monster. A man was just paddling through the Lake Loch Ness, present in Scotland, when he decided to shoot an aerial view of the forest along it. That's when he launched the drone and spotted this bizarre, shadowy creature appearing from the depths. Because the video was filmed from a distance and it only came into view for a few seconds, nothing much about the monster's true identity was revealed. But by the looks of it, and after observing the huge size, the people were sure that it was indeed a monster that was hiding in the depths of the water. Napping elephants. This incredible sight was captured in the wilds of Yunnan, China. A group of explorers spotted these elephants napping on their way. These South Asian elephants are actually migrating toward their homes, but with their adorable activities throughout the journey, they are keeping people hooked. Especially the way they nap, because normally the elephants sleep while standing. Well, there's nothing so unique about the behavior, as the experts believe that elephants often do this when there's a calf around, simply to protect it from wandering off. Moose discard antlers. Moose shed their antlers annually during winters after the breeding season. Considering the rare animals they are, the process has always intrigued people, as it is rarely captured by wildlife explorers. But the man here got lucky. He not only captured the rare breed, but also filmed the incredible moment of a moose shedding its antlers.
Look at that. Nice bull.
With their antlers often found in the wilds, spotting a moose actually dropping them was something that no one would have ever imagined to experience. Mythical animal hunter. The residents of the Bolivian city were extremely frightened when they found several animals deceased in their city. A few of them were discovered in the jungle with wounded backs, while some were found on the roadside. But all of them met their fates in a similar way and indicated towards a single striker. It took some time, but the culprit was spotted with the help of a drone. It was a hairy biped figure that was captured sprinting towards the fields. As soon as they spotted it on camera, they tried to follow it through the lands, but the mighty biped disappeared and was never seen again. Drone under attack. A man deployed his drone in the mountains of Utah to find the signs of older civilizations. Well, he was lucky enough to find a few of them. But during the expedition, he encountered something else. It looked like a weapon that came straight towards the drone. It felt like the boomerang-like weapon was aimed at the drone to destroy it. But who would have launched it in the abandoned mountains? Was there somebody else there too? Or was it some hunter who tried to remove the drone from the scene? Let me know what you guys think. Rescue during combat. This time, the drone captured the remarkable rescue mission. It happened during an ongoing battle when a US officer deliberately put his life in danger in order to save his team member. Both the opponents were in the middle of the fight when a few SEAL team members got injured and were trapped near the army bunkers. The mates could not move on their own, and they were desperately waiting for help when it really arrived in the form of Chapman. He was the officer. He dragged the guys to the safe side and was later rewarded for his incredible stunt. Swimming with sharks. What seems impossible to the rest of the world is not even a thing for these guys. A group of swimmers were captured swimming among hundreds of salmon. But wait for the twist, as among the hundreds of fish were the apex predators, feeding on the salmon and swimming with the people. But surprisingly, sharks did not bother the people around them. While it took the internet by surprise, the biologist cleared that sharks might not attack humans when they're already filled with a heavy meal. This is what happened here, as the sharks were already filled with salmon, so they didn't try to strike the people. Bear versus guy. Bears and humans have a long history of interactions, where some end in bears winning the battle. Some may never have a definite ending. A similar situation occurred here, when a drone camera captured the terrifying scenes of a grizzly chasing a guy among the woods. The guy got lost in the woods while trekking, and the group heard screams of him. That's when they deployed a drone and captured this startling event. Well, what happened to the guy was never known from the video, but the rest of the hikers confirmed his safe arrival. Battered humpback whale. The explorers thought that they had captured a deformed whale until they got a closer look. It was actually a wounded whale that accidentally was hit by a vessel. She was Moon, a humpback whale that had been tracked by the explorers for some time. And here, she was spotted after so long off the coast of Colombia. Moon was suffering from a spinal cord injury, which made it almost impossible for her to move the tail. Therefore, she was forced to swim using only her fins. But the humpback whale surprised the researchers, who believed that she would not survive any longer when they spotted her again off the Hawaiian coast. Rescued seal. A team from the Ocean Conservation Team spotted a seal cub that was badly entangled with several fishing lines. The team spotted the suffering cub through a drone at the Pelican Point beach. After failing several attempts to catch it, they finally got a hold of the poor animal. Beginning the rescue mission immediately, they used cutters to break all 26 fishing lines covering its neck. They cleaned the wounds after cutting the wires and let the animal go back into the ocean. Bigfoot spotted. A guy was trying to film the eagle's nest, which he spotted in a nearby tree. While he was trying to reach there, he noticed a huge bipedal creature walking down on the ground. It was probably 1.8 meter tall biped that was heading somewhere. Even after many tries to capture the hairy cryptid, the guy couldn't do so, and it got lost in the woods again. Well, that's what he thought, because it was after some time when he was filming the eagle's nest that he spotted the brute again. Only this time, it did not disappear, and he recorded it assembling logs in the forest. For what purpose? Well, that's one for you to decide. Smoky alien. This mystifying smoke that appeared out of thin air has got the people on edge. It happened a few months back during a carnival in Spain, when a man noticed these strange smoke plumes appearing into the sky. Considering these few spots on the drone's lens, he did not bother them at first. It was actually after several people posted the video of the same plumes that he realized that it was actually something else. The video speculated many theories. Some called it a sky devil, while the others believed it to be a signal sent from an alien world. But the smoke clouds remain a mystery to date, as nothing was revealed by the officials. Ghost behind a grave. The guy made the mistake of his life after he flew his drone over a haunted cemetery, as there was a ghost there already waiting for him. Well, I don't know what this guy was thinking, because what else would you expect after flying a drone over a cemetery? Obviously, there's not going to be anyone normal there waiting for you. But anyway, it was a ghostly figure that appeared from behind a grave. It wandered around for some time and then disappeared into the dark, never to be seen again. But the unprecedented features haunted the drone owner for a long time further. Ghost or man? Time traveling or teleportation? In either situation, this guy is not an ordinary man walking down the streets. Filmed in the countryside, the video showed a man casually walking on the sidewalk before he turned into a ghost and was never seen again. At one moment, he's there, and the second, he's gone. So, could this be a case of teleportation? Or was the guy a time traveler who just jumped into another time zone? Let me know what you guys have to say about the mystery man. Albino whale. Researchers, while studying the southern right whales off the coast of Australia, observed a strange thing. It was this: an albino juvenile whale swimming with its mother. Right whales have been under the microscopic lens of researchers due to their rarity, and this albino whale appearing among the others was a treat for them. But researchers explain that although it is rare, as only 5% of the total population of whales are born white, it is not permanent, and the whale will eventually become gray after its first year. It's time for today's open discussion. Saving a life once again, this time a drone helped the rescuers to spot a man trapped in a raging river. It happened recently when the residents of Vietnam experienced heavy rainfall following sudden floods. It left the people with no time to find a shelter, and a similar thing happened to this man who was trapped in the enraged tides. He was rescued only when the rescue workers flew a drone over the affected area, and it detected motion in the river. The old man was standing in the middle, only with the support of a tree. See how one of the team members dropped down and carried the man to safety. Thank you very much for watching the video. Do like and share it with your friends. Subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon to not miss any of the upcoming amazing videos. Thank you once again.